There are moments in life when a person looks completely normal on the outside, yet inside, their heart is quietly falling apart. They smile in front of family, they speak normally with friends, they go to work, they attend gatherings, they laugh when everyone laughs, they answer when someone asks how they are doing, and they say they are fine. But when they are alone, when the room becomes silent, when the distractions fade away, when the phone screen lights up, and there is still no message from the person they are hoping for, their heart sinks again. Many people are living this reality right now. They wake up in the morning, and before their feet even touch the ground, they reach for their phone. Maybe today that person will remember them. Maybe today they will show kindness again. Maybe today they will finally give the love that has been missing for so long. But deep inside, they already know something feels wrong. Because when love is real, you do not have to beg for it. Before we go deeper into this message, I want you to do something powerful that helps spread goodness and healing. If you believe that the love of Allah is greater than the love of people, write in the comments, "I love Allah." Those 3 simple words can become a reminder, not just for you, but for thousands of people who may read your comment while they are struggling in silence. And if you are someone who has experienced this pain, if you have been chasing someone who did not value you, share your story in the comments as well. Your story might help someone else who is hurting tonight. Let us build a small community of believers here, where hearts remind each other that our true worth comes from our Creator. Now listen carefully. The painful truth is that sometimes the more you chase someone, the more distant they become. The more attention you give, the less they seem to value it. The more available you are, the less careful they become with your heart. Slowly and quietly, something dangerous begins to happen. You begin to lose your dignity while trying to hold on to someone who has already emotionally let go. My dear brother, my dear sister, many people spend years begging for love. They send message after message. They explain themselves again and again. They try to prove their loyalty, their sincerity, their commitment. They try to show how much they care. And every time they do this, they believe that maybe one more effort will finally make the other person appreciate them. But the truth is, something many people do not want to hear. Love that requires you to abandon your dignity is not love. Love that only survives because one person keeps begging for it is not healthy love. And chasing someone who repeatedly shows you that they do not value you slowly breaks the soul. That is why today I want to speak to you heart to heart about something very important. 5 real steps that can help you stop begging for love and rebuild your self-respect with faith. These steps are not theory. They come from the wisdom of Islam and from understanding how the human heart works. And if you truly reflect on them and apply them sincerely, your entire perspective about love, relationships, and dignity will begin to change. The first step to stop begging for love is remembering your worth as a servant of our Almighty Creator. Many people forget who they are when they become emotionally attached to someone. They start believing that their value depends on how that person treats them. If that person praises them, they feel valuable. If that person ignores them, they feel worthless. Their emotional stability becomes dependent on someone else's behavior. This is one of the most dangerous traps for the heart, because human beings are inconsistent. Today they may show love. Tomorrow they may become distant. Today they promise loyalty. Tomorrow they say they need space. If your emotional value is built on such unstable ground, you will suffer constantly. But when you remember something powerful, everything changes. Your worth does not come from the attention of people. Your worth comes from the one who created you. The Lord of all says in the Quran that He has honored the children of Adam. Think about this deeply. Before anyone ever complimented you, before anyone ever fell in love with you, before anyone ever validated you, your Creator already gave you honor. Your dignity was written by Allah long before people entered your life. Yet many people forget this truth. They chase someone who ignores them. They accept disrespect because they fear losing the person. They tolerate emotional neglect because they believe they cannot live without that relationship. But when a believer truly remembers that their honor comes from Allah, their mindset changes. They begin to understand something very deep. If the King of Kings has given me dignity, why should I humiliate myself for the attention of creation? The Messenger of Allah taught that the believer is honorable and does not humiliate himself. This teaching alone can save many hearts from years of emotional suffering. Because when you truly understand your value as a servant of the Lord of all, you stop begging for love. You begin to expect respect. And this realization opens the door to the second step. Detach your heart from emotional dependence on people and reconnect it with Allah. Many people say they love Allah, but emotionally, their hearts are still attached to people in unhealthy ways. Their happiness rises and falls depending on someone's attention. If that person replies quickly, their day becomes beautiful. If that person ignores them, their entire mood collapses. Their heart becomes like a leaf in the wind, constantly moving with someone else's behavior. But the heart was never designed to depend on people this way. The heart was designed to find stability in its connection with its Creator. Human beings are imperfect. They have their own struggles, fears, and weaknesses. Sometimes they hurt you, not because they hate you, but because they are confused themselves. If your emotional survival depends on such fragile beings, your peace will always be uncertain. But when your heart reconnects with Allah, something remarkable happens. You still love people. You still care about them. You still appreciate companionship. But your emotional foundation becomes stable. You no longer feel like your world will collapse if someone leaves, because your heart is anchored in the one who never abandons you. The Quran reminds us that whoever places their trust in Allah, then He is enough for them. Think about that statement, Allah is enough. When that belief truly settles into your heart, the need to beg for love from people begins to fade. But understanding this truth intellectually is not always enough. Many people know these things in their mind, but their behavior still follows old patterns. This brings us to the third step. Control your reactions and stop chasing attention. Many people beg for love without even realizing it. They constantly initiate conversations with someone who rarely responds. They repeatedly try to explain themselves to someone who has already decided not to understand them. They believe that if they try harder, if they say the right words, if they prove their sincerity again and again, maybe the other person will finally appreciate them. But chasing attention rarely creates respect. In fact, it often creates the opposite effect. When someone sees that you constantly run after them emotionally, they begin to take your presence for granted. But when you control your reactions, your dignity begins to return. Sometimes the most powerful response is silence. Not silence born from anger, but silence born from self-respect. When someone repeatedly shows that they do not value your presence, stepping back allows you to see the situation more clearly. You begin to notice patterns you ignored before. You begin to realize that love cannot grow where respect is missing. The Messenger of Allah taught that whoever restrains themselves with patience will be given strength by Allah. This patience is emotional discipline. Your heart may want to send another message. Your emotions may urge you to ask why they are distant. But wisdom sometimes tells you to pause and observe rather than chase and plead. And this leads to a difficult realization. If someone only values you when you chase them, they never truly valued you. The fourth step is strengthening your relationship with Allah until people are no longer your emotional oxygen. Many people try to heal emotional pain through distractions. They watch entertainment, scroll through social media, or bury themselves in noise just to avoid feeling the emptiness. But the real cure for the heart is spiritual connection. When you speak sincerely to Allah in your prayers, your heart begins to soften. When you cry to your Creator about the pain people caused you, you feel heard in a way no human being can provide. Because Allah knows every hidden tear and every silent disappointment. The Messenger of Allah taught that if the entire world gathered together to benefit you, they could only benefit you with something Allah had already written for you. No human being can give you something that Allah did not decree for you. And no human being can take away something that Allah has destined for you. When this belief settles in your heart, fear of losing people begins to fade. Because you understand that the one who controls hearts is Allah. And when He decides something is meant for you, nothing in the world can prevent it. The fifth step is building a life filled with purpose, so your happiness does not revolve around someone's attention. Many people suffer emotionally because their entire world becomes centered around one person. Their mood depends on that person's messages. Their happiness depends on that person's approval. Their peace depends on that person's presence. When that person becomes distant, their entire emotional system collapses. But a believer builds a life filled with meaning. They strengthen their faith. They seek knowledge. They improve their character. They serve their family and community. When your life becomes filled with purpose, your heart becomes stronger. You stop waiting for someone's message to feel happy. Instead, you start building a life that brings dignity and meaning. And something beautiful happens. The more you grow, the less desperate you become. And the less desperate you become, the more people respect you. Because dignity attracts respect, while desperation invites neglect. My dear brother, my dear sister, if you have been begging someone for love, remember this. Your value does not decrease because someone failed to see it. Sometimes, people walk away from your life not because you were not good enough, but because they were not meant to stay. Sometimes, our Almighty Creator removes someone from your life to protect your heart from a future you cannot see. Now, before we end, I want to ask you something from the heart. If this message spoke to you, write in the comments, "I love Allah." Let those words become a reminder for everyone reading them. And if you feel comfortable, share your story in the comments. Tell us what you went through. Tell us how you are trying to rebuild your dignity with faith. Your story might be the reason someone else finds the courage to stop begging for love and start valuing themselves again. Let this not just be a comment section. Let this become a small community of believers supporting each other, reminding each other that the love of Allah is greater than the approval of people. And remember this truth. The moment you stop begging for love from people and start seeking love from Allah is the moment your heart begins to heal.